Hello and welcome to Sage Stream for Senior Living. My name is Anthony Cirillo, and I am the founder of Sage Stream, the live stream senior entertainment network. I bring a lot of different roles to this endeavor. I've been a lifelong musician before anything else, playing in bands and nightclubs since I was 13 years old. My healthcare profession began in the 80s with hospital work, and I was gigging at night. And when I got out of that, I went and started singing for seniors in senior living, changed my life some 2,500 performances ago, and shifted my healthcare career to one of service in the aging sector, which brings us to where I'm at now, bringing a new solution to an old multidimensional problem. We know that social isolation is an epidemic among our older folks. 1 in 3 feel isolated, clinically related to increased risk of dementia. We know our caregivers are under a lot of stress. And then again, this puts stress on the senior living sector as well. I read today in McKnight's 70% of providers are still reporting severe shortages. Of course, that puts a burden on other workers, which affects morale. And at the same time, you're working with understaffed, limited budgets, and you need to build census. And health plans play a role in this as well. They're always looking for new non-pharmacological solutions. So what is it that we are bringing to the market? We're bringing you live, in the moment, real time, not on demand, not YouTube videos, interactive, subscription-based live stream senior entertainment. It looks something like this.
You have toured with the late Al Jarreau as well, that's right?
It must have been moon glow, way up in the blue.
We are going to be making chicken marsala.
It won't be long till I'm gonna need somebody to lean on.
Something, even though we were poor, every night my mother had food on the table. I wish we had plates.
Always look on the light side of life.
So you kind of get the idea. So what's our value proposition to you? Well, first of all, we're turnkey and affordable. If somebody can open up a web browser, a tablet, put a URL, put in a password, you're good to go, which means a volunteer or a lower level staff can implement this. We could save you the cost of an activity assistant and also the planning time that your director has to be involved in. For the cost of one live entertainer, we can bring you 8, and that's going to increase your staff morale. Of course, that's an opportunity to increase socialization and therefore the happiness and well-being of your residents, which has been clinically related to reduced use of antipsychotic medications. And we produce our shows with brain science to impact cognition and memory. And of course, because of the value that we bring, we're a sales and marketing tool for you. Because happy residents, happy families, net promoter score increases, referrals increase. So it's a win-win for everybody. And we have an international roster that we bring to the table. So does this whole idea of interaction, taking song requests, milestones, does it work? Does it actually feel like you're there in real time? Let's ask one of our clients.
They have enjoyed it immensely. So they are able to interact. They also recognize many of the songs that are being sung. They can even put in requests, song requests. Sometimes they get some shout outs. Brighten their day because he knows us. Can he see us? And we see laughter, fun, clapping, singing along, all kinds of things. It's a wonderful, wonderful service.
So it does work. We have an international roster. They're just amazing. You can check them out on our website. But we've had jazz singers who've toured around the world, science people who have headed science programs at the Smithsonian, a violinist that plays with the London Philharmonic. The list goes on. We are 70% music-based, but we have other items and topics that we bring to the table as well. And like I said, we base it. I won't have my neuroscientist weigh in with all the parts of the brain that light up when music plays, but trust me, that's why you see Alzheimer's patients come alive when music is played. But I'll show you how we implement it with one of our artists. This is my mate, George, and he is a long-haul COVID survivor. And because of that, his lung capacity is not what it used to be. And so he had to shorten his performances. And every day in the United Kingdom, he does something called Tea Time Tunes. He only does one song, but he builds all kind of cues into his program to help people with dementia and memory issues. So he'll tell you about it now.
The general thing is about mood. It's all about mood in the end, mood and atmosphere. So it's all geared to that. But the mood I'm trying to create here is the sense that I'm in the same room as somebody else. I don't want them to feel like they're just watching the telly. So I always have my high-tech display screen, which is actually a bottle of Corona with a toilet roll. And the date, I always have the date prominently displayed. I talk about what day it is, so that's about orientation in time. I have a different character that comes down and joins me on what I call the main stage every day. My shirt changes colour, but it's always the same shirt. So people can, something stays the same, but something's different. I have a different mug each day for people to pick up on. I always wear the boater hat, and I try and queue up the next day's song so people remember from the day before. I try and refer back to yesterday's song. I number the songs so people know, oh, there's been like 100 of these songs already, maybe I can go back and look at others. And I always have a snack during it, which may seem a bit random, but when carers are isolated at home, getting people to eat and drink is one of the most tricky things sometimes.
So you can see how a simple performance can actually impact people pretty profoundly. While I have a team behind me, I have other people, university affiliations, incubators and accelerators I've been a part of. You can see our endorsers there, and I'm also a board member of the Institute for Music and Neurologic Function. But I'm going to leave the last word to Susan Magsamen at Johns Hopkins University.
That we're literally wired for the arts. This ability to need to self-express and to behold each other is also really fundamental. And I don't think we value the arts as integral to our health and well-being. And that's something that I'm really hoping we can start to shift. What are those ways that you begin to value this as a necessity, not a nice to have? The great medical interventions are not solving the problem. That physicians and prescribers also are feeling really good about the ability to prescribe something beyond pharmacological interventions, or to be able to prescribe something at all. And so there actually is this halo effect on the prescriber. And then again, there's also another sort of residual effect for the caregivers' families, where they have something they can do. Mentally, we did an economic analysis through the NeuroArts Blueprint on music and Alzheimer's, just one slice of dementia. And what we saw was there was a 3-to-1 return on investment by just having a music intervention. And that's pretty extraordinary. I think there's some real promise for it, and there's a lot of momentum behind it. Is it the same as being in person? No. Is it good enough? I like to say substitutes will do. Absolutely. And increasingly, you know, if we use technology in service of humanity, you're going to be a hologram in their room, right? You're going to be on a virtual reality screen where they're going to feel like they're part of that space. And so I think the more we experiment with technology to get to people who we can't get to, or they can't get to us, I think it's really important. But for sure, I think it makes great sense to be able to do live streaming and to try to do the programming as personalized as you can.
So I hope that we can have a meaningful conversation and that we can soon work together. Thank you.